Hey everybody, it's Scott with the Savvy Travelers. I am here at Three Creeks Conservation Area in Boone County, south of Columbia, Missouri. And I've just spent some time coming to a spot that I had a very interesting experience, to say the least. It was in this area here. You can see the bluffs. And down below is a beautiful stream with rocks. I think you can kind of see that over in there. And right over there around this bend, I had an unusual experience. You'll have to go back to some previous videos to see what happened, but I brought my trusty boy here. That's PlSTOL. He's not too big, but he's mighty. Well, I just dropped my phone in the mud. That's one for the books. I think I'll keep that on the video. It's still recorded. So I've taken my pack off, but I mean, just see how silent it is out here. I mean, it's just beautiful out here. Pure bliss. When I'm out here hiking by myself, I only hear the panting of my dog. Squirrels in the trees and a bird here and there. But this time of year, it's very, very quiet. PlSTOL wonders what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys along. And hey, I'd like to know who you are. You know, my channel's not so big. I'd love to find out more about my subscribers and where you're from, and you know what your hobbies are, what drew you maybe to this channel. I mean, this isn't one of those channels that's got a lot of flash and bangs. You know, it's just raw. It's me, or me and Yuki, my wife, from Japan, in case you haven't seen previous videos. And we have 6 Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. We can't bring them all out here at once, just one at a time. But usually I bring him. He's a little tougher than the rest. But this is a very beautiful part of Missouri. From here and all the way going south for hundreds of miles is the Ozarks, which many of you may know. See, it's all dried up down here right now. It's this is the creek bed, actually. All this is creek bed, and this time of year it's just as dry as can be. However, just back yonder, back this way, about 100 yards, is a natural spring that I found in the 90s, and it's still going. So, as you can see, I have my trusty Oboes Bridger hiking boots on. I don't know how well you can see that, but they're, I tell you what, if you need good arch support, just a good boot in general, well built, look into Oboes. When I was hiking back in the day, it was Scarpa, Merrill, Solomon, La Sportiva, and Oslo, and the list goes on. But Oboes is a brand that I recently came across by accident. And if you like to hike, O-B-O-Z, Oboes is the brand to get. I'm very impressed with their construction and their ability to go up you know, inclines and whatnot. So my wife packed me some apples today and a couple of bananas, because yesterday we didn't eat too healthy because of the Super Bowl. We got into the Johnsonville brats and the potato chips, which we don't bring into our house very often because it's just not good for you. We like the typical Japanese diet. So yeah, anyway, I really would like to hear from my subscribers. I know some pages, you know, once they really get going, it's hard to get to know everybody. There's just so many. But you know, I have under 100 subscribers right now, which is great because I get to find out more about you if you want. And that's, to me, the most exciting part, is to know my subscribers. It's much more interesting than getting subscribers and getting views, to me, because I just want people to enjoy what I'm doing, which is living a real life, not a make-believe edited, you know, YouTube life. Now, in the future, I'll probably do some editing and stuff just to make it a little bit nicer and bring more interesting points into perspective, versus what I'm doing now is, you know, I'm just doing it, you know, I'm just speaking off the hip, whatever crosses my mind. And by the way, this is a really good shot of those bluffs. Aren't they beautiful? And up there you can see a little cave, which last summer I climbed up to and got in there. It doesn't go far back, but it would be nice for a Native American to sit up there and sleep, maybe build a little fire and weather the storms and have a view of the wildlife coming down here to get water so he could hunt. Another thing is when I came to the parking lot today, there were no cars here, which this is the nicest day we've had in months. So it is a Monday, so, but you know, I figured there'd be at least a couple of cars out here. This is a pretty vast area. Look at PlSTOL. Isn't he something? Look at this guy. See, this is the star of the show right here. This is PlSTOL. PlSTOL, say hi to all your subscribers. You know, they're not just subscribers, they're people. They're people that like our channel for some reason. Yet to figure out. I'm not that entertaining, but yeah, I think he just loves it out here, you know. He's always cooped up in the house. We do have a doggy door, and he gets to go outside along with his brothers and sisters and mom and dad, but yeah, he's really a wonderful dog, and he'll just sit there and just stare at you and stare at you, trying to figure out what's going on. Right, PlSTOL? You a good boy? He was born Arthur Palmer. That's his name, but I gave him the nickname PlSTOL because he's quite a pistol. And look at that, he polished off that banana. I have a banana for PlSTOL and one for me today. So I'll sign off. I don't want to bore you guys to death. I mean, I'm just kind of sitting out here enjoying this beautiful weather. It is absolutely perfect. It's kind of like tennis weather, you know, like 65 degrees. So, yeah. Take a look at these beautiful sycamore trees before we go. See those white tips? They always grow near water. They are the tallest tree in Missouri, and most likely the tallest tree in other states as well. But they tend to grow right near the creek because they are water dependent, just as the forest is fire dependent, which I'll explain in another video. But you know, I should get into some bushcraft stuff sometime. I doubt if any of you would be interested, but bushcraft is kind of like the British version of survival, but it's based more on the living in the outdoor environment, how to live, and what berries are good and what mushrooms, and what trees are good for doing this and doing that. Example, I don't see any out here, but the weeping willow tree is the branches have a chemical in it that will alleviate headaches and pain. So it's a stringent taste, but you kind of bite into the little limbs on the weeping willow tree, and you can get some pain relief, which is most likely what the Native Americans did. That's another thing I'd like to study someday, is the history of the Midwestern Indians, as there were quite a lot of them. Yeah. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to sign off so I can get going. I don't want to use up my battery. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And again, leave me a little message and a like, and I'll respond. Okay, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.